Olá a todos, boa tarde. Estamos aqui, como prometido, para fazer mais uma transmissão. Desta vez vamos entrevistar a Burgener Strength, ok? Vamos tentar que, da última vez, tentámos transmitir para o Instagram, não conseguimos. Vamos tentar que, desta vez, consigamos ver, pelo menos, tudo em todas as redes sociais, que o objetivo que tínhamos era esse. Era tentar pôr todas as redes sociais ao mesmo tempo, para que toda a gente conseguisse ver, e é isso que estamos a tentar fazer. Ok? O que é que vai acontecer agora? Eu vou pôr aqui o Coach B. Vou pôr aqui o Coach B e a família Burgener aqui toda ao mesmo tempo, que eles estão aqui, estamos a tentar coordenar se eles estão um está na Califórnia, o outro está na Irlanda, e estamos a tentar aqui pôr toda a gente live ao mesmo tempo. Não é fácil transmitir para o Facebook, Instagram. Aí está, vamos tentar que isto corra tudo bem, pelo melhor. Ok? Estamos a tentar aqui transmitir, como eu já tinha dito, para o Facebook e para o Instagram. E vamos tentar fazê-lo da melhor maneira. Vou agora tentar fazer aqui a ligação. Aqui está. Sophie, hello, how are you? We are live now. Coach B, how are you? Beau Burgener, thank you for accepting this invitation. I can't see Beau. I'm just gonna take Sophie from the screen a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Beau, how are you? Yeah, nice one.
Thanks for having us on.
Very good. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for accepting our invitation to talk about a little bit of CrossFit, weightlifting, Burgener Strength, Portugal, America. Let's talk about everything, okay? We have a few questions. I have a few questions to make you. So, let's hope that as we are running this show, people get some questions in and we'll try to answer them. I know that I talked to a few guys here in Portugal. There were a few doubts about the Burgener Strength courses that were postponed or cancelled. Even I think they were cancelled actually, waiting for new dates. I talked to one or two friends of mine that they were asking some questions. Maybe this is a good time to talk about that also. Okay, Coach B, how are you? It's a pleasure to being here on social media, interviewing you. Thank you for this opportunity. Beau Burgener, the great legend. Thank you for this. Okay, and let me put here the newest member of the Burgener family. I think.
Thank you for having us.
Mrs. Sophie Burgener, right?
Yeah.
Am I saying it right?
Perfect.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Now, how are things going there in America? These pandemics are closing everything, everyone around. We had like this canceling of courses all over the place. What's happening? Is America starting to open? Is still closed? Can some of you describe me? Maybe Beau or Coach B? Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, basically we're kind of a lot of the other countries around the world where we're going through a phase by phase process of reopening, and I believe that we're in phase 2 right now, just ending phase 2, about to get into phase 3. So the retail shops are opening back up. We're in Southern California, so it's been beautiful weather. The beaches have been open for about the past week, so the golf courses, and the energy is definitely starting to get back up. There's a good vibe in the air, and I know, through talking to some of you guys in Portugal, that you guys aren't too far behind. You have about a week into, your first phase, and I, just hope that you guys have some similar reopenings as we do. But we're no special snowflakes out here. Everything is, everything is going just fine and hunkering down and doing what we can while we are weathering this storm.
Okay, nice. Good to hear. Coach B, I want to ask you a question. How did it, how this, when did this all started? The Burgener strength, the teaching Olympians, being a legend as you are. Tell us something about the beginning of all this great story.
No, I don't know about the legend thing, but for me, it probably started 50 years ago when I was a university student. And my coach was a Roman Catholic priest, and he taught all of us how to snatch, how to clean and jerk, how to clean and press. And I just fell in love with the sport and fell in love with coaching. And we're thinking about it the other day. I've been coaching now since 1964. That's how long I've been coaching. And working as a young coach, working with athletes and students at Notre Dame, and then on up throughout my career. But it's been a great journey of learning and teaching people how to snatch and clean and jerk.
Nice. It's always great to hear that part of the story that you normally don't hear and no one hears. Okay, thank you for saying that. So teaching was since a long time ago. It was always like an objective that you had, or it came naturally. It was like a net thing that came on your life, like as happens now for Beau. Beau, you can answer all of this also. If it was like an objective that you had of teaching people around, or did it merge naturally?
Maybe you go ahead and talk about that.
Well, for me, when I was at the university, I went to another university and I became a strength coach at the University of Kentucky. And then from there, I went in the Marine Corps. I didn't think I was ever going to be coaching or teaching after that. So I was in the military service, and I ended up getting stationed out in Southern California. And I met this young lady that had blonde hair and fell in love, and she didn't want me to stay in the military, so I ended up getting a teaching job. So that was basically it. So if I was going to be married to this beautiful blonde, then I was going to have to become a teacher and a coach and not stay in the military.
Yeah, it's always their fault, isn't it?
Always.
It's always their fault, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what we like you to think.
Sophie, tell us a little bit about you. How did you came in the Burgener Strength family, and how did you all came teaching and being part of the team? Tell us something about that.
Okay, cool. Well, my kind of journey with Burgener Strength and Coach B, I kind of met first, which was over 10 years ago. So I was still a teenager. I was a dancer in the UK, and I was just kind of getting into CrossFit. And the first course I do is the CrossFit Weightlifting Level 1 course in Italy. So from that moment on, I fell in love with it and was kind of under Coach B's wing since then. And luckily for me, I've got to work with obviously Beau, with Coach, with the whole family, with Sage. And yeah, it's just been an honor to be able to teach this methodology around the world. So that's, yeah.
Yeah, great. Thanks for that. Thanks for saying that. Okay. Now, one thing that everyone wants to know, everyone really, who is the responsible for the Burgener warm-up? Who is the real responsible for that? He is. That is.
We did the Burgener warm-up. I mean, I did the Burgener warm-up ever since I was a student at the university. But we didn't name the Burgener warm-up until CrossFit came along. So really, the person that's responsible for naming the Burgener warm-up is Sage. Coach Glassman asked me what the name of this warm-up was, and I said, well, I don't have a name for it. We just do the warm-up. We don't have a name. And so Sage said, well, Daddy, why don't you call it the Burgener warm-up? So that was in like 2005 or 6. And so from that time on, because it saves the Burgener warm-up was named, but we had been doing the Burgener warm-up for over 50 years.
Okay, good. Talking about that, you had a Coach V had a great relationship with Glassman. How did it all started with CrossFit? Because you were teaching weightlifting everywhere and in schools, universities, and then you got to teach the CrossFit weightlifting courses. That it was before the Burgener strength. Well, not before, but at the same time, being the CrossFit weightlifting responsible. And how did the weightlifting part with you guys ended with CrossFit? Can you tell us that?
Well, when I was a teacher, we used to do I used to do USA weightlifting courses for USA weightlifting, and so Glassman called me up and he asked me if I would teach a USA weightlifting course to 20 of his athletes, and I said yeah. So he brought 20 of his athletes down: Nicole Carroll, Andy Sakamoto, Greg Amundsen, all these guys. He brought down to my school, and I gave them a 2-day course from USA weightlifting, and then from there, he decided he wanted to start CrossFit. He wanted to start doing monthly courses for CrossFit. And he asked me if I would come up and be part of teaching his courses, 3 hours of weightlifting. So I said, yeah, I'll come up. So every month I would go to Santa Cruz and I'd teach 3 hours, which was the Burgener warm-up and the skill transfer exercises. I would teach those every month up in Santa Cruz at CrossFit headquarters. And then about a year later, he came to me and he said they're going to reduce the courses down to 2 days, and they were going to drop CrossFit weightlifting as part of that seminar, but he wanted me to do my own courses on and I could manage them, I could bring in the revenue, I could sign up the people, but it would be called CrossFit weightlifting. So that's what we did, and that happened, I believe, in 2007 or 2008.
Okay. Nice. Good to hear that part of the story. Most of people don't know the real engagement here, where it all started, and then when it came to CrossFit. Then after CrossFit weightlifting, we have now the new, not the new company. It's always existed, but the real brand now is Burgener Strength. When did you guys decided to make the change here? It's when CrossFit left those big logos, or this was already planned? Can you tell us something about this, Beau or Coach B? Can you?
Yeah, it's been just about a year, just under a year now since we got the call from CrossFit headquarters that they were going to drop the SMEs and we're going to have the opportunity to break apart and basically still do exactly what we were doing for CrossFit, but we were going to be our own entity. No longer CrossFit weightlifting. You no longer have these subject matter experts under the headquarters umbrella. So so that happened. This split happened July 1st, and so we've been transitioning for just over a year now, and it's been going extremely well. The team that we have is world class, and it shows. And this where we are now wouldn't be possible without them. So we're just staying strong to why we're doing what we're doing, and then how we do it and what we do is just part of that.
Okay. Now let's talk about a little bit about Burgener Strength. I'll put Sophie here on the screen also. Guys, if someone asks me and I'm talking to another person, what kind of services do you guys provide to the people? What kind of service can we have from Burgener Strength?
Yeah, our main objective is to teach coaches how to teach safely, efficiently, and effectively. So that is, we carry that out by doing 2-day courses around the world. We have a level 1 course and we have a level 2 course. Right, the level 1 course is a methodology that is, that main objective of teaching safely, efficiently, and effectively is is outlined in 2 days. And then if people want more information and go a little bit deeper, then we have the level 2 course. In addition to that, we offer 3 different types of programming on our website for free. We have a performance a workout, a weightlifting workout, and a geezer program. And all 3 training programs are programmed by a different Burgener. So those are all free of charge. And right now, that's really what we're focusing on. And basically just kind of giving back and trying to make Olympic lifting as big as we can around the world.
Okay, nice. And if someone comes to me and says, how can I sign up for a Burgener Strength course now? How can I go to the website? Do I direct message? Can you tell us something about that also? It's like
Yes.
we had the course here in Portugal that was about to happen in Berlin. Now in May, it was cancelled, and maybe some of the people that were thinking on attending this course will try to attend it maybe online, because you guys are working online, right? Can you say something about that also?
Yeah, so Sophie runs our social media. So as if you follow that, then you're pretty in tune of what we're doing and kind of what our direction, our current aim is. So I'll let her kind of answer how you can get in touch and how you can sign up for the courses. But simply put, when the lockdown happened, people were still wanting information, right? And we had a large demand for people that were looking to add value to themselves as coaches, and how we could do that in an online format, and kind of just seeing what other organizations were doing, and then really just using that as kind of an outline and a template. And then the beauty was that the curriculum that my dad has written, the transitioning that to an online format was rather smooth. And on top of that, I had Cody Looney and and Adam Neffner and Sophie and Sage and my dad all helped kind of make that transition. So it's been pretty awesome. As far as signing up or registering and getting in touch with us, I'll let Sophie go ahead and take that.
Yeah, so we're across 3 platforms. So first of all, our kind of main source for getting information out would be our Instagram page. So we kind of try every day to put up educational pieces or pieces for you guys to be able to find, what you want and need from the course and where you need to sign up. So all our links are there. Our direct messages are open to anyone who's any questions or queries about our level 1, our level 2, or any of the 3 training programs that we have. You can also find us on Facebook, but if you want all of our information, you just have to go to burgenerstrength.com. From there, you can sign up for all courses. Everything you need is there 2 clicks away. So yeah, and then again, if you need any more additional information, we're all there to take your answers on social.
Okay, thank you, Sophie. Coach B, tell me something. What about the online? Is it the same that teaching people in real flesh and bone people, or online? How's the engagement with that?
It's always better to have hands-on people. It's better to be able to put bodies in different angles and positions so they can feel that. It's a little bit harder to talk through those positions when you're dealing with it via virtual reality or whatever. Nevertheless, for what we're going through right now, there is absolutely no doubt it's a very, very good course. The information that's given is exactly the same. The drills and skills, the Burgener warm-up is exactly the same. What the people don't get is the ability to do one-on-one coaching and hands-on coaching with somebody that's actually there at the live course. So other than that, the course is the same. It's outstanding. And as much as we can see on the screen, we have 3 or 4 coaches watching every athlete, and we will make comments to every athlete as they're going through these different drills and skills and what have you. And for an online course that's done with the computer and not hands-on, it's dadgum good. It's really good.
Oh yeah, Coach B. I remember I remember something about the seminar that I attended with you, and you would shake our hand and put your other hand on our back, and at the end you said that you were trying to figure out who were the coaches and who were the athletes. So this I will never forget that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the having someone to shake the hand and to be there. It's completely different, but this is the solution that everyone has. We have our own gym is closed now. We are trying to provide online training and online programming for our athletes. Everyone around the world is suffering from the same, but after this, do you guys consider maintaining both ways, online and presential courses, or you guys will finish the online stuff when it gets normal?
I think that we're going to keep it as long as people would like to attend. You know, what we found is it actually opens the doors to to some people who didn't have the ability to maybe travel for the course, or we didn't come to the region, or potentially they were they're a stay-at-home mom that is watching over 3 or 4 kids and doesn't have the time to take 6-7 hours out of the weekend in order to come to the course, but they can take 4.5 hours for 2 days and still get that same information and then apply it when they can apply it. So so we're gonna keep at it. We were doing 2 courses a week through kind of the end of April and most of May. We're kind of condensing them to 1 a weekend, and we're going to keep that as long as we can. Eventually, maybe go to bi-monthly, and then if we can keep at least one a month, for the next year, so we're definitely gonna do that.
Yeah, because there will always be someone that can attend because of health issues or traveling problems or things like that, and the online will still be a solution for the next time to come, right?
Exactly. It has been a lot of fun. We've had a course. We've had 7 different countries represented in one course, and that was so much fun. I mean, we had a guy from New Zealand, a guy from Australia, someone from India, someone in China.
Yeah.
Right. Then we went into Europe. We got someone from Germany. We got a guy from the UK, and then 3 people from the United States. And that's just absolutely unreal. That having that that group of people on one platform is so much fun, right? And then, for example, the guy in New Zealand, he was finishing up the course. It was 6 o'clock in the morning, right? How could you not give that to people who are willing to make sacrifice for the information? And hey, man, if we just do what we do best, and why we're doing it, we're just gonna keep at it. And it's a lot of fun at that too.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe it's fun. Even us here.
Philippe, think about you taking this course online, and then that little gigantic son of yours running across.
It's not that little.
Yeah, I know. I've seen pictures. He's getting big.
He's big. He's only 3, but he's huge. I don't know where it's coming. Okay.
One picture you'll have somebody running across, and the next picture you'll have a dog running across.
Yeah. We have people that have they're all like the Swiffer broomsticks. You have some people who have some amazing garage gym. They have the opportunity to have a barbell, but man, you got some people that you can tell they're in maybe like a hallway, just doing what they can with what they have, where they are. And it's truly the epitome of that going on right now. And it's been quite impressive to watch.
You just need to get that will and want to do it, and you'll do it whenever you want it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, now talking about the courses and people from all over the world, I know that, let me put Sophie here on the screen again. I know that Mrs. Burgener and Beau Burgener travel a lot around the world. I have a question to make you. Even Coach B, he was here in Portugal, teaching a seminar in CrossFit Portland. Do you think Portugal and our gyms, because you guys travel a lot, you see lots of CrossFit affiliates, do you guys think that here in Portugal that we are too far behind everyone around the world, or we are in the good way? And what's your opinion on our facilities, our people, and and of the country, of course.
Well,
I'm impressed. I love Portugal and I want to go back. Other than you, Philippe, everybody there that I know is really a good guy. And you're married to a wonderful, wonderful lady. And you've even got a great dog. So other than that, other than you, everybody else is doing a great job. And the people in Portugal are outstanding. And your gym is outstanding. That's one of the best gyms that I've been to all over. So, I mean, it's you've got a wonderful gym. CrossFit Borland is awesome. And you've got all the equipment that you need. And you've got good coaching going on there. So keep up the good work.
Yeah, and definitely for me, Portugal is a home from home. Like CrossFit Borland is my second home. And really with the community out there, it really reminds me of the UK and Ireland was about 5-10 years ago. And what it is a real sense of CrossFit and weightlifting community out there, which I think really kind of helps build the sport in ways that you can't imagine. And with all the adaptations with CrossFit and then it becoming Burgener strength on its own, I think that's really all going to add together to really see Portugal come up in those communities over the next couple of years. So I'm super excited that I'll be there and get to see kind of what's next on the agenda for you guys. It's going to be fun.
Okay, thanks, Sophie, for your opinion. You guys, from the people that you see attending the courses, what's your opinion on the Portuguese? Do you guys deal with some Portuguese on your courses and visiting gyms all around the world? What's your opinion on the sport for us, on weightlifting? Because Portugal never had that big traditional strength training. We were always like endurance people, marathon, cycling, running, all those kinds of things. Our culture is not really for strength like an American or the Eastern Europe guys. Or do you think we can still turn the tide around and get there, have stronger people here? What's your opinion on that?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, when I was there, you had one of your Portuguese weightlifting coaches from your national team was there, and man, that guy taught me a lot. He was amazing, and I mean, just he knows what he's doing, and just people that want to open up to getting better in the Olympic lifts, they should. Yes. I mean, in the United States before CrossFit, we only had 2,000 or 3,000 members in our organization. And now because of CrossFit, we have maybe 50,000 members in our organization. So, I mean, you start out small, but you just open it up to the kids, and you open it up to CrossFit, you program weightlifting in there. Then all of a sudden people are more excited about becoming very sports specific in Olympic weightlifting because they know how important that is for all the other sports that they're doing, whether it's soccer, whether it's surfing, whether it's track and field, it makes no difference. Weightlifting makes you better for all of those other sports, jiu-jitsu, taekwondo, anything that you want to get better at, weightlifting will get you strong and powerful to make you better at that as well.
Yes, for a long time there wasn't an understanding about only some athletes from the running and the triathlon maybe were able they knew how to work out with weightlifting movements to improve their strength. But now some more here in Portugal are starting, other sports are starting to blink the eye to weightlifting because they can see real value in this kind of training. So let's hope for the future. You were talking about our national team. It was Colin Tunes. He was there in Borland with us, and I interviewed him last week. It was a good interview. Also, he's doing a great job here, and he's trying with his. It's not easy because sometimes we have a difficult government here for sports, and they don't understand most of things. But He's trying hard. Let's see what kind of future does that. Just a reminder here that people can comment. I will have the comments here on live whenever I can, like this. Okay, you can ask questions, guys. To those that are listening to us, we have Instagram running here, all the Facebook groups and pages, YouTube. Any kind of questions I think that you guys have, you can do it, and that Beau and Coach V and Sophie, they will answer. Okay, don't be shy, and use your names, please. Don't use the Facebook user. Okay, thanks. Okay, now talking about weightlifting a little bit. Tell us, maybe Coach P, then Beau, what is the effort, the real effort that an athlete has to do to excel in weightlifting? What kind of effort do you think he has to commit completely, that he can still have his family, his friends go out? What kind of level of training do we need to have these days to be good? Because Coach V, you were a coach of Olympians, and you know that it takes some commitment. Okay, Beau always he knows always how to deal with that, because he works with the actual guys now. So tell me something. What kind of commitment to an athlete that maybe seeing this interview?
Well, I think you have to have a desire to want to try it out at least. For me, I was a high school teacher, physical education teacher, and in my classroom, my curriculum was teaching kids how to snatch and clean and jerk. And they have to have a desire to want to improve physically, but many times somebody will want to lift heavy weights too soon, so they learn bad technique. So as a coach, I want to make sure that all of my athletes and all my students learn proper technique first, and then gradually move up. So for me, I'm going to do body weight exercises, pull-ups, push-ups, sit-ups, lunges, step-ups, box jumps. I'm going to do all those kind of exercises to prepare my students and my athletes to get at a higher level. And then I'm going to introduce them to barbell exercises. I think too many times people put the cart before the horse, and they'll want to lift heavy weights too soon without making their body strong physically and mentally too. Coming up with that challenge. So be mentally and physically strong first, and then gradually add implements, PVC pipe full of sand, gradually came up and learn the technique. And then if you do that the right way, I've found that with my students, after 18 weeks, they made great gains. And a lot of them became, national caliber weightlifters by doing that. So don't start too soon. Practice simple things. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Simple things have got to be taken on first.
Okay, thanks. Paul, do you want to say something about this? Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it depends on where that person is in their journey. If they're just starting out and they're looking to if they say they have the goal to compete in weightlifting, then I would really encourage them to master the fundamentals, right? And that for us, that's going to be stance, grip, and position, and get those down perfectly, right? And within that, you just have to know that you're going to go through a phase where you're going to be a beginner. You're going to feel really awkward. It's going to be maybe a little bit mundane and slow paced. But what that's going to do is going to build a solid foundation, right? So kind of just that teething period. And then from there, it's just all about accumulating the reps, right? The more reps that we can get, right, we're going to start to understand that technique. We're going to then kind of get into the meat of it and understand if we like the sport. We're going to learn to understand if we enjoy what we're doing. And I think once we hit a benchmark such as, snatch and body weight, and then you can ask yourself, if you do like what you're doing, then it's time to compare yourself to, to other people. So start training with a team and see where you stack up to the people against them, and where you have opportunity for growth, and then where you can kind of take advantage, and then go from there. And And then from there, you can decide that if you want to compete, you start getting on the platform. And then if you don't, then you can still be doing the sports for fun. And you have a pretty damn, good baseline with solid fundamentals and thousands of reps underneath your belt, so that you can start to, look like you know what you're actually doing.
Okay, so let me add here, Sophie. Let me add you here. Most of the people don't know, but you were a regional athlete. How was weightlifting important in your life, in your journey on that achieving that goal that you got there?
Oh, it was everything for me. Luckily for me, I got to compete in both CrossFit and weightlifting, but it was always really weightlifting. I'd sneak in some CrossFit on the side to my training. If I wasn't snatching, clean and jerking, I was trying to do some pull-ups and handstand push-ups to get ready for competition. So for me, most of my training, all of my training was based around the classic lift, snatch, clean and jerk, and then would jump in with the team where I could to, focus a little bit more on training. So for me as an athlete, it's really following your passion, and especially the tribe and the coaches and the athletes that I were with were all on the same level for that kind of passion and drive for weightlifting. So for me, I was, still am, it's like living the dream, getting to, be an athlete and also then getting to coach as well. So being on both sides. Yeah. So it's number one, weightlifting. I think from day one, Coach B, if you're a CrossFitter, I'll try and make you a weightlifter. So that's what we love.
Okay, thank you for this. So regarding the weightlifting athlete or the CrossFit athlete, okay, when you're talking about the weightlifting athlete, would you recommend overall strength training, or would you recommend only training matches and clean and jerks? It's obvious that you would prefer a most inclusive training of strength and conditioning to improve the weightlifting part, or you don't recommend that to an athlete?
Well, that's a great question, because if you asked me that question 10 years ago, I would have said absolutely snatch, clean and jerk and squat, and then work your weaknesses. That's basically what I would tell you. Today, with the evolution of CrossFit coming in, I think people are doing a lot more accessory exercises than they did in the past. So you're still going to snatch, clean and jerk and squat, and you're going to work your weaknesses, but it wouldn't surprise me to see somebody go out and do running. Sage, as an example, my daughter on her birthday is going to be running 15 miles, and she's going to be rucking 15 miles at the same time because she's turning 30. So she's going to do 15-15, and she can still snatch 90 kilos. So she's taken that to a whole new level. She's going to go to the national championships in weightlifting, but yet she's also doing a lot of accessory exercises with CrossFit. Now, I wouldn't have believed that 10 years ago, but today I start to believe it, but it also depends on the athlete and the goals of the athlete. Is Sage going to be an Olympian? No, she's not. So she can take a chance, a little bit more of a chance to be more broad arranged her workouts. Yeah. Where my son Casey, who was an Olympian, no, he's going to snatch, clean and jerk and work his weaknesses. As a super heavyweight weightlifter, I'm not going to have him go out and run 15 miles or even walk 15 miles. I want him to be really working on the basics and the fundamentals of Olympic style weightlifting.
Yes, it depends on the goal of each person. Okay, Beau, you want to say something?
Yeah, I was also going to say it also depends on the coach's style. And I think the goal of the athlete, and whether it's someone like Sage or someone like Casey, you're gonna I saw Casey go through a lot of different coaches going through his journey, and each coach obviously has the templates, but it's nothing wrong if you're trying to be a competitive weightlifter and you don't want to run or rock or do any of that bullshit. Then doing hill sprints, right? Still doing a lot of kettlebells, doing box jumps, like really high explosive box jumps. So just doing your conditioning is still explosive stuff, but nothing that's going to take away from your training sessions, right? It's going to only go to enhance those and grow. And those are also going to change throughout different cycles you're going through. And that's the journey. That's the great thing about having a coach. You don't have to worry about that shit.
Yeah. Okay. So, would you guys, well, you were talking in the beginning, you were talking about the courses that that Burgener Strength has to offer. You have a strength and conditioning template free on your website, right? And would you guys be able to, or would you want to teach athletes individually, or you would just now focus on teaching courses? Or have you ever thought about that, teaching athletes, or like maybe weightlifting or CrossFit athletes, or you guys will stick only to the courses, to the weightlifting course?
Yeah, well, before the courses, I mean, where we're sitting right now is where it all started, right? At least for me, right? Right. This is the house I grew up in, and we were weightlifters, and we were lifting for the passion of the sport. You know, that was, you know, really passed down through my dad, and it was then passed down from Father Lang. Where the courses, it just happened, right? Because the people wanted the information, so we, you know, that's where the courses came from. And I would say that, you know, my dad got, you know, elected in the USA Weightlifting Hall of Fame for, you know, the contribution to the sport. So we're making as much contribution as we possibly can with doing the courses now. And we're, you know, in doing so, you know, say Sophie and I really sacrificed the one-on-one coaching, and we really miss it, right? Sage has an amazing team that she coaches here in the garage, who are really up and coming lifters. And I know that's something that we would like to, you know, eventually kind of restart a you know, Burgener Strength weightlifting team. And you know, whether that's in Portugal, whether that's here in San Diego, it's just going to all be about timing.
Okay, I have a question here that I'll put now. We're talking a little bit about training. I'll put a question here. It doesn't have a name. Facebook user. Hello, Facebook. So, hey guys, what's a typical periodization scheme throughout a year for a weightlifter? Would you guys want to answer this? Do you have any type of scheme?
Yeah, I think it's important to understand that you sit down and you look at your competition schedule that you're going to be working on. And I always kind of look at taking my main competition, say the national championships or a local meet that I really want to work on. And then I go from that championship and I just kind of make it a big cycle as far away as I can, at least 12 weeks. And then I develop my program based on a 12-week cycle. So that would be 4 3-week cycles or 3 4-week cycles of building from a high volume of repetitions with fairly low intensity to coming up to doing a low volume of repetitions and a higher intensity to get you ready for that contest. And again, I use a template. We're going to snatch one day. We're going to do snatch pulls a day. We're going to front squat a day. We're going to do some kind of an overhead movement a day. And then we're going to train the core. But then the next workout is going to be a clean and jerk day. So maybe I'll do cleans, rack jerks, clean pulls, all of those kind of things that will work within that template, starting out with a very basic periodization model of high volume, low intensity, building to low volume, high intensity to get you ready for that weightlifting contest.
Yeah, okay. Okay, we have another question here. It's another Facebook user. This is a big one. I have a question for everyone. What's your favorite aspect of training? If there was one thing you could improve about your technique, what would it be? And last, what is the most important thing needed to be an Olympic lifter, weightlifter? Okay, so the first part is, what's your favorite aspect of training? So you guys want to answer that?
You know, my favorite aspect of training was the environment that we did it in, and that's something that I'll have for the rest of my life. You know, growing up around that. And then the fact that, you know, you'll always be better than someone, but there will always be someone better than you, right? And the opportunity for growth is they're always there, right? There's always more weight that can be added to the bar. If I could fix one thing on my technique would be keeping the bar closer, right? The closer you keep the bar, good things happen. What was the last question?
The last one was, what's the most important thing needed to be an Olympic lifter? What's the most important thing that an Olympic lifter needs to?
I'd say understanding why you're trying to do what you're doing. Why do you want to become a weightlifter? Right? And if you know your why behind that, then you're going to have some passion. Right? And if you have passion for every single training session, then good things are going to happen.
Okay, let me ask the lady here, Sophie. What's your favorite aspect of training? Do you want to answer this one also?
Yeah, of course. I think Beau stole all my answers there, but definitely for me is the training environment and the kind of journey that you go on, and you find out a lot about yourself when you're Olympic weightlifting. Every day is a roller coaster of emotions, especially for me as a female athlete. And yeah, it is definitely the environment and the lifelong kind of friends that you make and the relationship you make with yourself as a person, kind of going through that training with your group. The biggest thing for me would be also keeping the barbell close. I suppose that good things happen when we keep those barbells close, and it's something from day one to this day that I still try and work on. And that's the beauty about weightlifting. You know, it doesn't matter how many years you've been doing it, there's always something that you can improve. And again, as Beau said, it has to come back to that why. You know, you've got to really want it, and it shows when you don't. You know, if you're in it for the wrong reasons, you're going to be thought out pretty quickly. But if you're in it for the right reasons, and even if you're going through a tough time, that will get you through where you want to be. So yeah, that's my take on that.
Okay, thank you for answering this. Okay, so guys, after we know that CrossFit changed a little bit the aspect of the courses, of all of the specialty courses are always different. You guys, how is the relationship with you are now a preferred course of CrossFit? How is the relationship with them? It improved? It's the same? Or do you guys want to tell us something about that?
Yeah, I think our relationship is outstanding. We have all the respect in the world for CrossFit and what they've done for the Burgeners and what they've done for weightlifting. And we don't want that to go away. And I don't think they do either. I think they have a very good feeling for Burgener strength and the Burgeners in general. And we certainly feel exactly the same way. We're very grateful to CrossFit and everything that they've given us, and the ability to take our desires and our passions and give them throughout the world. So yeah, it's a very good relationship, I think.
Yeah. And do you think other companies are now able to do this kind of service, to be preferred CrossFit courses? It's this scheme freer for these companies? Do you think you have other types of things that you can do that you couldn't do before, because you guys were CrossFit weightlifting, and now you are Burgener strength? So, and do you think that other companies can be preferred courses, and this can spread around other companies, or do you guys think that it's going to stay in this type of scheme?
I understand it. I think that there's a vetting process that goes on within becoming a preferred course of CrossFit. I mean, other companies can come in and they can certainly become a preferred course of CrossFit if they're vetted out with the information and the curriculum that they're teaching. I don't believe Coach Glassman or anybody within that administrative organization would allow a company to come in that wasn't giving out positive and very good information to their CrossFit clients. I think CrossFit's very professional. and they only want the good courses that are going to be out there. And I think that's an outstanding thing. There may be somebody in track and field that wants to become a preferred course of CrossFit, but they have to prove with the curriculum that they have that the information that they're going to be given to CrossFit people or anybody else needs to be the correct information that needs to have been proven the right way to be doing something. So I think they'll vet those people, but I think you'll find that, you know, that list is going to only be for those courses that have the right curriculum and that have been vetted by CrossFit.
Okay. Thanks for the answer. Let's change a little bit the theme here. Let's talk about this the actual days. Let's talk about this pandemics. How do you guys think that this pandemic thing affects athletes in training? How is this? Is this very restraining for athletes, or do you think that this can be minimized along the time?
I think it can be minimized, right? I think that what you're seeing is, yeah, there's a short period of time there where, you know, a lot of professional athletes had to take a little bit of a time out, but that can also be a good thing mentally. I think with the Olympics and the athletes who are peaking for the Olympics or peaking for the CrossFit game, that was a very, very challenging time. But I think that now we have a little bit more clarity of what we're doing. We also have a little bit more possibility where, you know, maybe some gyms can, if you're wanting to train, the possibility to train is there. You just have to go and find it.
Yeah, just think about it, Philippe. You got to improvise, adapt, and overcome. I mean, if you're motivated, you don't have the ability to go to the gym, but you still have a desire to go to the Olympics. Improvise, adapt, and overcome. Figure it out what you have to do to get it done, then get it done.
How can you get better, right? You can get better at something towards your goal, whatever that is. Maybe, you know, before this pandemic happened, you were spending so much time training and then you were forgetting about your mobility aspect and starting to catch up to you. All right, now I can't necessarily train with the barbell. I'm going to take the time to get my mobility squared away that I said I should have been doing, you know, a year ago and never got around to. This is now my opportunity to do that.
Okay. Do you guys think that this when you started the online courses because of all this, do you think that this was even because it's tend to be for a short period of time? Do you think it was like a positive thing to go to other people that couldn't come to the presential courses to be there in person? Do you think this is maybe an opportunity to other people that can attend the courses? Maybe. You guys think that way? Do you guys believe in that?
We had no idea, Philippe, until we started seeing the feedback that came in on the course. You know, and I guess that's kind of been since day one with us. You know, just like wow, like I can just attribute it to, you know, obviously the team and what they're putting out, but people are absolutely loving it, right? And I think that's just a very humbling thing. And as we go through those comments, they keep coming in like that, and people are getting, like I said, they're getting value out of that. Then fuck yeah, man, we're gonna keep at it. We're gonna keep doing what we do best. That's making people better at the lifts. Yeah,
and those who really want can still break the floor in their homes. So no worries, drop the bar on the bathroom if they want to.
Yeah, hey man, people are doing it, man. People are getting after it.
That's the real deal.
Yes.
Okay, you guys have some advice for athletes to try to minimize this kind of stuff, like do accessory training, core training, mobility training? Do you want to say something about that? Yeah.
Mobility, speed, and strength in that order. You got to keep your mobility up. You got to get your speed going. You get your strength up. You can do a lot of different things right now without a barbell that's going to make you better when this thing's all over. And then you transition to a barbell.
Yeah, I mean, if you're an athlete and you don't know what to do right now, then find a coach. Right? That's the thing. Don't be doing this shit by yourself. You know, that's not sustainable. Find yourself a coach. Find yourself a gym. Like go to CrossFit Borland. Right? If you're in Portugal, like make that sacrifice, right? If you really want to get after it and you feel lost and don't feel like you have any direction during this pandemic, then take it out of your hands and start to put your trust into someone that knows what they're doing.
Okay, good advice. What do you guys think that the future of training? Do you think that we're going to have a second wave or another disease in 1 or 2 years? What do you guys think will be the future of this?
I think that, that's impossible to say, and I think the one thing that I'm taking out of this is to be prepared for anything that's going to come our way, right? I'd rather, be prepared for this if it's going to happen in 2 years again, and be ready to rock and roll. And if it doesn't happen, then great. I can if I die and never have to go through another pandemic, perfect. But I'm going to be prepared for it one way or another.
Yeah. Okay. You guys, have you been dealing with local gyms there or whatever? What type of measures have they been taking to receive people again? Have you heard something around there or other coaches or?
Yeah, I don't. Right now, in California anyway, the gyms are still closed. They're not opening up yet. But in other parts of the country, in Georgia, for an example, one of our coaches, Kim Trago, has a gym, and they're doing a lot of training outdoors. And they brought out rubber mats outside. They bring the equipment out, and they train 6 feet, 3 meters apart or whatever. And they don't wear a mask outside right now, but they can train. And then they just wipe down all the equipment and disinfect all the stuff that they can. You're going to find that's going to be the wave of the future. I believe that after every class, the mats are going to have to be wiped down. The equipment's supposed to be wiped down, and we'll get through it. It'll all come back to normal sometime. We just don't know when. Once that vaccine is prepared and people start getting the vaccine, then I think you'll see a lot of this just go away.
Yeah, I think like every country, every state is different. And I heard one of our, Cody Looney say it best is like, I just need to know what the rules are and I'll follow those rules, right? So that's the big one. Is just tell me what I need to do to open up our doors, and that just is going to have to come from your municipal, and that's going to be then handed down from the region, and that's going to be handed down from the government of your country. So I guess I've been going to golf courses, and when I go to golf courses, they're measuring my temperature when I walk through the door. When I check in, I have to wear a mask, but then once you're out there, then you're kind of on your own. So I think that with gyms, you should be prepared for that. Have a thermometer that people come in, you can check their temperature just in case they're asking you to do that. Maybe you're going to have to go in and you're going to have to make 6x6 quadrants all in the gym, and everyone kind of stays within their lane, right? And that's doable. We just have to find out what that protocol is, and it should be coming down soon, hopefully, as we see these reopenings take place.
Yeah, let's hope this ends soon. Let me ask Sophie here. What's her opinion? Because Sophie, what's your opinion on this? Tell us a little bit about the UK. How is the UK now? Some of the measures. Have you been talking to some of the gym owners or coaches, or tell us something about this pandemic? How it's going on?
So right now in the UK, it's kind of the same as everywhere. We're kind of just going week by week and waiting to see if there are changes for exercise and things like that. Now all the boxes and gyms are still closed, but as of now, we're allowed out more than once a day in the UK, meaning that you can go to a park now and start training. That you can be, if you're, if you're keeping social distancing from people, that you can't, maybe that it could be open to what Kim Trago was doing and people kind of training in the park, 2 meters, 3 meters away from each other. But for us right now, with the community, especially CrossFit Swindon that I train out here, everything is still on Zoom, everything is still online, and the creativity there has been unbelievable in the community here to keep everyone engaged and healthy and safe. So, what is our number one goal in this industry is to keep people fit and healthy. So just going along with the guidelines. And as Cody Looney says, once we have extra rules or we know what to do in place, then everyone will move on swiftly from there, because you know, everyone wants to get back to business.
Okay, Sophie, thank you. Okay, guys, our time on Instagram is coming to an end. So let me just tell you that we remain on Facebook groups, pages, and YouTube Live. I was trying to broadcast everywhere, so this is what it's a bit difficult for me because I'm not a technology guy. So let's see, questions. Do you have any questions? Let me check Instagram. Okay, Instagram. We don't have the Instagram right now. Okay, 1 hour tops. That's it, 1 hour. What a great mark, 1 hour. Okay, guys. We have Peter Noy here. Thanks for sharing. Okay, thank you, Peter, for watching this. So let me see, Sophie asking, do you think that CrossFit put a spotlight on weightlifting? Did you decide more people? Sophia, it's Sophia. It's another Sophie. Do you think that CrossFit put a spotlight on weightlifting, or did you notice more people transitioning from CrossFit to weightlifting, or simply starting weightlifting because they saw CrossFit documentary? You guys
I think
wanna?
they've gone hand in hand, and as my dad said, the weightlifting used to not be cool, right? Like we couldn't give this stuff away, 20 years ago, and I think that, yeah, we have seen a lot of, CrossFitters transition to weightlifting, but then you're also seeing some weightlifters, like Matt Frazier, transition to CrossFit. So the two sports are really complementing each other well, and they're building in unison.
Okay. We have a fist bump. Okay, any more questions? Well, just let me check. Nope, on Instagram, no more questions. Okay, guys. So if there's not any more questions, I will make my thanks to everyone. It was a pleasure. Okay, we are more than an hour now. Coach B, it was a pleasure to talk to you again.
I hope I get to see you soon, Philippe.
Yeah. Always a pleasure to talk to you also. I hope to see you soon. I know that you're expecting to come to Portugal real soon. I don't know. I'll talk to some guys that I know that they won't let you in. Okay. Oh, we have Mr. Our master, our super master. We have to answer this one. Low rep training, recovery is fast. Pina Ramos. Low rep training, recovery is fast, as we know. But do you agree with training snatch, for example, 4 or 5 times a week, just by changing weight percentage?
Man, if you got to be on some sort of program. You can't just be walking into the gym and aimlessly training. Right? Have some sort of structure, right? And can you snatch 5 times a week? Yeah, you could, but why are you doing it? And I think that's where, like, I'm gonna say it again, is find a coach, right? And if you don't have the luxury to find a coach who's gonna write that program for you, and you have no experience writing programs, and you don't understand the concept of periodization or how to structure exercises within a training session and then a training week, then man, you gotta go find a program online. There's so many free resources, so many 12-week programs out there, and then just do that program and then learn by doing it, right? And that's based. We can sit here, we can tell you, exactly a general template, but you're not going to figure that stuff out until you do it yourself. You got to get that experience in and start learning through others.
Okay, thanks. We have a Facebook user that stay safe. We have another one. Do you think weightlifting should be taught on school like other sports? Do you guys agree with it?
Absolutely. You lift weights to enhance your performance and to protect your body from getting injured. That's why you do it. So, I mean, I'm going to have weightlifting in my school so that the people that are playing other sports, whether they're playing soccer, lacrosse, basketball, it makes no difference, but they're going to be able to get better at that sport, more explosive, but they're going to be able to protect their body from the rigors of that sport if they're strong.
Weightlifting makes you so durable. It's unbelievable. And, at a young age, I think if people come to you with the argument of weightlifting stunts your growth, that's bullshit, right? That's an old school philosophy that's been completely, proven the other way. And if anything, yeah, weightlifting is just going to make you. It's going to enhance your life. It's going to make you more durable. It's going to lead to less injuries. It's going to build bigger bone density. So even as you get older, you have stronger bone. Everything about it is just great. So teaching it at a young age, when you're more susceptible to being able to get into those positions safely, is the way to do it. But how you do that is going to be, it's going to be a journey. Getting that, but getting weightlifting in school that's got to start somewhere, and I think we can start doing it within CrossFit gyms. But teaching them, like my dad says, teach them young.
Yeah, like we have a few sports that we teach in school, but nothing related to strength. Like in Eastern Europe, it's completely different. They put little kids practicing strength component sports in a very young age. Here, it's like I said, we still have that big cultural thing that we are runners and cyclists and triathlon guys, endurance guys, but not strength training, and we need to maybe get into that a little bit more. So all about questions, I think we are back on Instagram again. We are, but we are finishing now. Okay, more than an hour of this. Thanks a lot for sharing all this information. I love to see all three of you. Love to see you, Coach B, Beau, and Sophie. Where are you? Let me put you here, Sophie. Sophie, good to see you too. Hope you guys stay safe around there, and let's hope that the UK and the United States and Portugal stay safe of this pandemic. And let's hope to see each other again in a very near future, including you, Coach B. I'll hope to see you soon. Okay? If you want to come on vacation to Portugal, I will go there someday. I promise you that.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, Fleet, you still have your dog, the big German Shepherd?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
All right, good.
Yeah. All right, Fleet, we'll see you soon, man. Thank you.
Okay, see you. See you next time. Thank you for this, okay? Bye. Bye, Coach B. Bye, Sophie.
Bye.
Ok, pessoal, obrigado por assistirem a este. Espero que tenham. A entrevista foi toda em inglês, toda a gente percebe inglês nos dias de hoje. Espero que tenham gostado deste bocadinho. Tá? Tenham respondido a algumas perguntas. Também houve aqui uma troca de experiências e de informações sobre o que está acontecendo noutros países. Se conseguiram acompanhar, ok? Nós estamos a tentar fazer estas transmissões para todas as nossas redes sociais, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Instagram é mais complicado porque não permite através destes programas de reprodução de vídeo, mas através de outras ferramentas que o doutor YouTube ensinou, nós estamos a conseguir transmitir. Não é uma transmissão tão boa, mas espero que tenham conseguido acompanhar. Alguma dúvida sobre o que ficou, enviem mensagem, tá? Vou ficar com a gravação. Isto também a gravação vai ficar disponível no Facebook e no YouTube. Podem rever a entrevista sempre que quiserem. Tá? O objetivo destas entrevistas é sempre tentar partilhar o máximo de informação possível, daquilo que também derivado desta altura que estamos a viver, um bocadinho para nos tentar ajudar a todas as boxes e treinadores e toda a gente que queira tirar alguma informação disto. Se tiverem alguma dúvida, já sabem que podem enviar mensagem e fiquem até à próxima, ok? Que eu vou tentando aqui operar a máquina da melhor maneira que eu conseguir. Não percam a próxima entrevista na próxima semana, que ainda está por confirmar, mas eu dou novidades em breve, ok? Vai ser mais uma boa entrevista e vamos tirar todos muito saber dessa entrevista, ok? Certeza. Muito obrigado por terem assistido, não se esqueçam. Temos os vídeos disponíveis no YouTube, subscrevam o nosso canal ou assistam aqui pelas redes sociais, sempre que quiserem. E fiquem bem e até ao próximo Coffee Break, que irá de ser próximo sábado, ok? Próximo sábado, a hora ainda a divulgar, mas próximo sábado haverá um novo Coffee Break. Até à próxima, obrigado por terem assistido a isto. Tá? Fiquem todos bem.